$20 more than I was making.
Well, at least it was not like 5 cents a month or something.
Have you heard about McJuggernuggets? Have you ever heard of him? He's on YouTube.
No, I have not.
He started his own thing. He wants to be a rival to YouTube, and I had a lot of faith in it at first because it's called Storyfire, and they have a higher payout than YouTube does for monetized stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if I have faith in it anymore because I downloaded the app and I checked it out. I created an account and everything. But there's no gaming videos on it. It's what it is. It's you upload stories, and you can either write stories out or you can make video series.
Yeah.
And of course, have you ever heard of the guy named Wang? Like Wang! Exclamation point.
Nope.
He does these internet oddity things, and it like he like explain like the one video that I saw on there of him, and then anyways, and I was looking at it. And it's like, there's no gaming videos. And I go to create. You have to fill out an application to be able to upload. Mm-hmm. And even then, you have to say, what's your series going to be about? And I'm like, gaming, I guess. And it's like, choose a genre. And gaming wasn't on there. It was like romance and drama. And I'm like, this is not what he said it was going to be. He's like, I want it to be a rival to YouTube. But then you're restricting people by saying you basically have to make these shitty dramas and shitty romances and upload them on here. And don't get me wrong, you know who Boogie 2988 is?
Once again, no.
Francis, the big guy.
Maybe.
Where's my goddamn Mountain Dew?
I may have heard him every once in a while, but then again, I'm not familiar with most of his topics that you're talking about right now.
Well, Boogie's just a YouTuber, and he does a bunch of like commentary stuff, but like he's on there, and it basically what it is, they're people who record themselves talking about stuff like Yongya. Do you know who he is? Okay, apparently I'm the only one that watches YouTube.
Back in the day, the only YouTubers I ever watched, like back in the early 2000s,
early 2000s.
One of YouTube was it? When YouTube.
How long has it been since you've just recreationally watched YouTube? How long has it been since you've gotten on YouTube? Like, fuck it, I'm not uploading today. I'm just gonna watch a video. Oh look, Gavin uploaded a video. Let's like the shit out of that.
Well, okay.
Let's get him.
How old are these channels that you're talking about? I'm talking about like Smosh and whatnot.
Oh, Smosh is dead, dude. Like legitimately, Smosh died. Like not the guys didn't, but the channel is like dead.
No, I meant like how old are these YouTube channels? Were they
around in the early 2000s?
Yes.
No.
Okay,
but they're also not like within the last year. They're like
they're like fairly old.
I'd say 2013, 14 for most of them. Boogie has been uploading probably since early 2000s.
Okay, because I'm more familiar with older YouTubers like, as I mentioned before, Smosh and frick. I forget Freddy. That's his name.
Oh
Fred.
my god, you watch him? Fred?
Yeah, Fred. You know, with the squeaky voice.
Oh my god. Dude.
I only watched like one of his videos. In all fairness.
Sean, you good over there?
I think he's deep in meditation right now.
No, I'm just making sure I've got what I really need.
Okay. I assume you do not have a smartphone, right?
He does, right there.
Oh, you do.
Sean's British, but he has technology.
I feel so bad.
It doesn't.
I'm as blind as a bat
against British
right
people.
now.
I'm British, but I have technology. Well, I know that England's a little bit behind on technology from America, but I believe America's a bit behind.
The audio is doing pretty good right now.
America's behind on what's the name? Japan or something? Because Japan's like,
yeah,
it's because we nuked them.
But yeah, poor guys.
You make it. Jesus
Sorry.
Christ.
I am not the one who did it. Why should I feel guilty?
Okay.
Sorry, we might have to cut that part out.
Okay, I think we should add a couple of rules right before we get to the main show.
Nothing super offensive.
Yeah, nothing super duper offensive.
What'd you class as super offensive?
I don't think we should be making any sexual jokes. Maybe a couple of innuendos, but not straight on.
Okay, so can I make a deal right now? Is we're not gonna go like super family friendly because that's what's ruining. That's what's ruining YouTube
this is
right
an
now.
open.
I'm not talking
podcast.
about like.
Okay.
So you can say shit, fuck them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like some sex jokes are funny as long as they make sense.
I think it's if you don't take a piss out of other people or
That's my favorite kind of comedy.
Fair enough.
Oh god.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I can see this is gonna be great.
Yeah, this is gonna
be a little better than I thought. Actually,
let's get ready for the main event, gentlemen.
So Do you just so stop it now?
Yeah.
We go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Start. All right.
Good start.
Go, Sean. Take it away.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Variety Shift. I'm Sean Temple, commonly known as Sin Trophy Hunter on the PlayStation world. And I'll be talking about Twitter, a bit of Twitch. I've been just started to do some live stream. And I'm enjoying it at the moment. I got some other people that have been asking me, telling me that they're nervous about doing it themselves. So been trying to help them out. So I'll be talking about that as well. Be talking about Truck Driver, which is a game that's just come out last month, because the date today is October the 11th, 2019. So it came out last month. And it's recently been taken over by Koku Studios, which was they had a little bit of hand in Horizon Zero Dawn and a few other AAA titles. So again, I'll be talking about that because we're hopeful with that game. Been playing that for a good few days now, about 10 days, and got pretty much to the end of it. Also, I want to be talking about just live stream in general, and a little, maybe if I can get around to a bit of PSN profiles and world rankings and country rankings.
And I am Isaac Silman, otherwise known to the internet as the Artificial Dragon. I currently run a YouTube, also known as the Artificial Dragon.
Oh yeah, I run a YouTube as well. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm a gamer, but more often than not, I'm also a filmmaker. I currently go to college as a CMF major. I'm hoping to do independent filmmaking in the future, but if all else fails, I'm hoping to go ahead with my YouTubing career. I mean, there's a lot of subjects I could be talking about, such as the future next-gen consoles, like the PS5, Xbox Scarlet. I'm not sure if Nintendo has one yet. Probably not. But we'll be talking about various other subjects. But yeah, that's what I'm all about. YouTubing and filming, and aside from gaming, as the title of the show would suggest, we'll also be talking about everything else in between. Filming, other sorts of media, anything what have you.
And my name's Gavin. That's all I'm going to say about that. I also have a YouTube channel. Very creative name. Gavin Plays, very original. I have not uploaded anything in a while. I have absolutely nothing going on in terms of social media or anything. Everything's pretty much dead. This is the first thing I've done video related in a while.
He's pretty much the child of all three of us right now.
It's not that I'm the child. It's that I'm the I don't even say procrastinator. That's not what it is. It's just lazy.
It's okay. We all procrastinate every once in a while.
It's just late. I feel like this is procrastinating.
You just sit on it for a bit.
But on that note, I do have my setup where I want it to be now, and I've been looking at recording Black Mesa, the Half-Life source mod remake.
Cool.
Because they recently added the Zen levels to it, and I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about at all. But
no.
I'm gonna have to put my hand over my head like it's flying over.
The Half-Life series is probably my favorite game series, even more than Kingdom Hearts, mostly because 3 disappointed the shit out of me.
I know how much you love Kingdom Hearts, and that says a lot when you love something more than Kingdom Hearts.
Because Kingdom Hearts 3 made me depressed because it sucked. It didn't suck. It just was not what it should have been at the time.
I just put this out here while we're on that, is that I think Half-Life was the first ever PC game I saw, not played, saw, because a friend was playing it and he was using the mouse and he was using the keyboard, and I'm like, how the hell do you do that? And after having a computer for myself for a while and playing like first person shooter games, I actually got to be quite apt at it, so kind of understood. But it was tricky to see it work at the beginning.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, at the time, because it released back in '98 originally, and its demo was hailed as like one of the most revolutionary things for gaming at the time. And I was born the same year it came out, so I didn't play it. I obviously didn't play Half-Life. I wasn't aboard the original train for it, but I started playing around 2007-ish.
So you weren't one of those annoying kids that went to a game shop and said, Mum, I can have it.
No.
And you were like 5 years old.
I was growing up because I was couldn't buy any M-rated games, which I shouldn't have been allowed to play.
Dun dun dun.
But-
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a surprise. Are you drinking as well, Gavin?
I'm 21 now, so I turned 21.
Yeah,
I turned 21 this past Monday, so.
You know what? Actually, talking about birthdays, I turn 49 in a few days' time. 23rd of
Damn.
October. So 12 days now. Good God, it's flying by. And I'm already almost 50.
So that being said,
God.
so people aren't trying to figure out the large gap in ages there. Maybe we should explain how we know each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm your dad.
Yeah, he's our
I am
he's our
your
dad.
Yeah, he's our
Father.
grandfather.
He's British. We're not.
I am your grandfather. Okay.
He's not old enough to be. He's old enough to be.
He could be our cool uncle.
We could have been later in his life, children.
Eh,
But I'm 21.
true.
You're 20.
Then again, I've had
20.
very young
How old are you?
parents.
He's
I'm
15.
like 23 right now.
You're 23. I'm 21. So that you would.
Oh,
had to
shit.
happen a while ago.
Oh, dear.
Anyway,
And he's British. We're not. I don't know how it happened. It just did.
so anyway, how we know each other despite one age gap. We actually work at the same place together.
We do. And I was there first.
Yeah, he was
I'm
there
actually
first.
the driver.
I just do bus maintenance. We're gonna leave it at that. Bus maintenance.
Bus maintenance.
Bus maintenance.
Okay.
I was doing bus maintenance
So-
long before he ever
Bus
arrived.
maintenance. I see Isaac sticks to bus maintenance as well. I thought he was going to give it away.
Yeah, let's stick to maintenance.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do help. You know what? Never mind. I do bus maintenance. But
Go on, Gavin.
while you were doing bus maintenance, I was in kitchens like cooking and stuff. So
Yeah.
I wasn't doing nothing while you were working.
That is
Oh.
also
I was
true.
doing horrible. I hate working in kitchens. I never want to go back work.
Yeah,
So
I've been there, done that. But not actually in the kitchens itself. I clean up after the kitchen.
that's where I started, and then I went to cooking, and I'm like, this is great, nice pay raise, and I'm like, after a week, I'm like, fuck, this sucks. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this anymore.
And before this was never my first job. My first job was working as a courtesy clerk at Safeway. Bagging groceries, cleaning the floor,
That's very
gathering the
courteous of you.
grocery carts. Not the best job in the world, but hey, it was a job. Back in high school, anyway.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, my I won't say my first job was building semi or Arctic trailers, and then the company got burned down.
Oh,
That is sad.
And then
Wow.
I got into transportation after that. I got my driving license when I was 18, which is many, many years ago now.
Wow.
And ever since then, I progressed to that and then immigrated to the United States. And this first time I've drove a bus, and I've been doing that for like 5.5 years now.
Yeah.
Almost 6 years, almost.
Oh.
Because I had my anniversary a while back and it was a bit late.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I get my 2-year anniversary is coming up in December.
Yeah.
Ooh. You get some pretty crappy stuff from the
Dude, my
rewards.
first year here, the first anniversary, I got a pretty well-made keychain.
Oh, that's what I got. Where is it? It's there somewhere.
I also got
I
a
do have it. It's there somewhere, I think. On
Mine
the
broke
shelf.
5 minutes after I got it.
Oh no, mine's in the top.
Jeez.
Top.
Mine broke 5 minutes after I got it.
How is that possible?
It was a keychain, so I'm like, okay, I'll put it on my ring of keys that I have. And I put it on there, and it broke when I started walking.
I still have mine on
Wow.
the keychain.
The faceplate broke off somehow. I'm like, that was great. So that was a good
God,
5
yeah.
minutes of representing the brand.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm like,
Mine hasn't broke, but I haven't taken it out of the box.
here you go.
Are you hoping that
Maybe-
that is some collector will come across it and you can
no,
make a fortune off of
it
it?
certainly won't be collectible. I don't think.
Yeah, no.
The only way it's going to be collectible is someone picks it up off the floor.
Especially
Or it
since
could
there's a rebranding coming, so.
Yeah.
Don't
Or
know
it
if you've
could
heard
be
about that. We
some
can talk about that later.
antique collector in the Fallout universe or something like that.
Oh yeah, you see Bethesda doing that.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a limited edition keychain.
Speaking of Bethesda,
Aha!
there's that segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm so glad somebody said it.
You're welcome,
Just
by
really,
the way.
well, he said Bethesda.
Well, okay.
You brought it up though.
Yeah.
Just hopping right in here.
Yeah, go for it.
Everybody knows the train wreck that was Fallout 76, right?
No.
Fortunately,
No?
I have
Tell us
never
about
played
the train wreck.
So the Fallout 76 released in November of last year or the
Yeah.
year before that. I can't remember.
Year before that, I
It's
think.
so
Last year.
forgettable.
It's a couple of years ago now, I think.
And it was marketed as an always online Fallout game, which already is a problem because Fallout should be a single player game. It always has been, always should be.
Okay. Good opinion.
Yeah, and they rushed it a lot.
Yep.
Because when it was released, there was nothing to do. The game was very empty. No NPCs at all.
No, because it's built on players, isn't it?
Yeah, and that ended up not working at all. Players actually hated that.
Oh.
And they ended up creating small outposts to give the NPC experience. And I'm like, that's kind of what Bethesda was shooting for, because they wanted players to be like, build your own communities and that. So in a way it worked, but in a way it worked in the worst way. So Bethesda's always had an issue with rushing stuff like that.
See, that's kind of a shame. I find that pretty shocking, actually, for Bethesda, because Bethesda is one of my favorite software houses. It really is. Is that the right term? Software house?
Developers.
Developers?
They're developers and publishers.
So they are my favorite. I like the Fallout series, and I didn't even know Wet was done by them, and I played Wet on PS3. Yeah, it was. I haven't got it.
I like how Gavin immediately looks at your collection.
Just for listeners' sake, Gavin just turned around to the collection of PlayStation 3 stuff I have behind
library
him.
Of PlayStation games over here.
And Isaac has the huge library of, or not so huge, but it's getting there, PS4 stuff.
Oh yeah, here's another thing we should point out. Sean is more of a PlayStation kind of guy, so is Gavin. Yeah. But I'm more of the Xbox and PC kind of guy.
I'm PC too.
Well,
I play PC a lot.
I'm kind of PC wannabe and has been. No, has been. I was a has been.
Should get back into it.
Yeah.
No, I can't afford the time to play 2 platforms or 3 platforms. It's like, I'm getting too old.
Really quick, backtracking on that Bethesda.
Yeah, go back.
So what I was trying to get at is, so Bethesda started making the Doom series. Back in 2016, I think they released their first remake of Doom, which was pretty good. I didn't like the multiplayer a lot, but I'm not a multiplayer guy, so yeah. And now they're coming out with Doom Eternal, which is this, I think it's a direct sequel to that, I'm not sure.
I think it is.
And it was supposed to come out next month, I think mid-month, maybe late month, and they actually ended up delaying it till March of next year.
Yeah, I saw it on the shelf in GameStop yesterday, actually. I think it was yesterday.
Bethesda playing safe. I mean, you can't just rush a product and have it burst into flames.
That would make a change. This day and age, that would make a change, that them actually playing it safe instead of... There's so many games coming out these days that are not finished. It's kind of going into the phase of, let's get the game out there and then we'll patch the hell out of it as we go along, so we can fix the game, break the game, fix the game, break the game, But I saw
take away that and so on and so forth.
Right, and you make one thing and you cause problems in other things. But yeah, going back to what Gavin was saying, and quickly, that I saw it on the shelf yesterday, and it's still on the pre-order thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then what you were saying about whatever you were just saying.
What was he saying?
There was a while ago, and I might have the certain guy wrong, but there was a Japanese guy that said like a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. And I really like that quote.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good quote.
And
that is a pretty good quote.
The team,
that's honesty as well.
Yeah, the ID Software, which are the guys that are really developing it, and then Bethesda is publishing it. They released a statement about it. It said, throughout the development of Doom Eternal, our goal has been to deliver a game that exceeds your greatest expectations across the board. To make sure we're delivering the best experience for Doom Eternal to live up to our standards of speed and polish, we've made the decision to extend our launch date by a few months to March 2020. We know many fans will be disappointed by this delay, but we are confident that Doom Eternal will deliver a gaming experience that is worth the wait. And then they go on to list a couple other minor changes.
So what month is that?
March of 2020.
That's going to be on GameStop's shelf for pre-order for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Unless they take it off, I don't know.
Yeah, I would have thought so, because that's just recent, right?
Yeah,
that's a recent amount. A couple of days ago.
Yeah, this was actually, I think, the day after. This was Tuesday. They made that announcement.
Yeah. Okay, you can see. I'll probably go back into GameStop tomorrow and it'll be gone.
Yeah. And then just backpedaling on that, because we were talking about. What we were talking about originally was Fallout.
Yeah.
Fallout 76.
We piggybacked off that. Really quick, Fallout New Vegas. Did you play that, Sean?
Yes.
And you played it?
No. Unfortunately,
that's done by Obsidian.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Which
They're doing Outer Worlds.
which is what I was trying to get to.
Oh, can't wait.
I know. I remember when the rumors were first going around that Obsidian was starting to develop another game, and I'm like, I wonder what they're going to do, because they do the Pillars of Eternity series.
I've seen that. I never actually bought it. There's like the collection as well.
I own it. If you want to borrow it.
You know you never get it back.
I know. I don't play it, so I don't actually play it, so I don't have a problem if you keep it.
I already have one of your games, but I did buy it off you. Battlefield 4.
Got it. Yeah. That's right. I forgot. And then I couldn't remember that. But yeah, have you heard anything about the Outer Worlds, or is this the first time I hear about it?
This is my first time, because I have recently started getting into the Fallout series and whatnot. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever heard of this.
You've recently begun into it?
Yeah, one of my friends gave me their Xbox 360, and it came with Fallout 3, and I was
brilliant game.
I love.
Does
Fallout
it have
3.
the DLC?
No.
Okay.
I do not have a DLC.
Dude, that Point Lookout DLC is probably my favorite.
Point Out looks good. I loved Mothership Zeta.
Oh yeah,
that one's good too. I don't know. I feel weird about that. The only one I didn't like, it's actually a tie between the two I didn't like, was Operation Anchorage and The Pit.
The Pit was kind of boring.
It was a very different game from what Fallout was. It was more action. Like, obviously Fallout's an action game, but it felt a different kind of action almost. Yeah. Whereas Mothership Zeta,
Yeah, Mothership Zeta, that kind of was wacky, and the way it started was really wacky.
Because at the end, you fight another ship with the lasers on the ship that you're on.
Yep.
Which was cool. I wish they did better on their skybox for that. Because if you look out a window in that spaceship and you move side to side, the skybox, you can see how small it actually is.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's funny, but I mean, it was a good DLC, so I'm good for it.
Yeah, for DLC, it wasn't bad.
I don't think Fallout 3 deserves the hate that it got a lot, especially now.
I don't think it should reflect, Vault 76, like you say, was a bit of a train wreck and that. I
prefer the term dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire, okay.
I think it's a better.
Or a shitstorm.
That works too.
Shitstorm's good. Shitstorm's good.
Shitstorm,
like
dumpster
that.
Fire,
Cluster
or
train wreck.
Clusterfuck too. I like that word a lot.
Yep.
We got 4 definitions.
If you're trying to censor it, Fustercluck.
Fustercluck. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think Fallout 3 or New Vegas, even though that was done by Obsidian instead of by Bethesda.
Fallout 3 was Bethesda did that one.
Yeah, it did.
And they hired on Obsidian for New Vegas.
But what I was saying, that's why, because Obsidian, they did Fallout New Vegas. It kind of still ties in with the series, so no one's really going to take into account that was done by Obsidian. They're going to immediately think that it was done by Bethesda because it's a Fallout game.
Yeah.
And I don't think that those titles should have the backlash that 76.
What I find funny is that the best Fallout game of the series was done not by Bethesda. It was done by Obsidian, and I think that's just funny. Fallout 3 was great.
So you liked New Vegas better then?
There are things I like more about 3 than New Vegas and vice versa. Like, New Vegas has a bigger modding scene. And I really like modding that game. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. But 3 was my first Fallout game. So it's always going to have that, nostalgia factor for me. And I love playing 3.
Yeah.
But I don't have an Xbox 360 or a PS3. And it doesn't run on Windows 10. So I can't play Fallout 3 anymore.
I'm playing the violin.
I managed to get it work a couple times on PC, but it just ends up crashing again, which really...
So, okay, so going to the crashing thing, and they did Skyrim, and Skyrim had the notorious crashing as well as Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And I actually did some research on that, and it is because of the amount of save files you have.
Yep.
If you have 5 save files minimum, and maximum is around about 8 to 10 save files, that game's always reading everything that's in your save file, and it's including all of the junk that you've left on the floor lying around. So that's why it kind of crashes, because it's trying to remember everything. So when I played Skyrim on the PS3, I was like, okay, I just go keep the save files to a fair minimum, and I never, ever, ever, ever crashed. and we're like, wow, okay, that's the answer. So could be the same thing. I mean, it was just notorious, wasn't it? It's like, oh,
yeah.
God, no.
Yeah. And really quick, because transition to Skyrim real quick, is the Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, that was announced way back at E3.
Lots of people looking forward to it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to come out until after whatever spacing game they're doing. I don't want to say Star Citizen. That's an entirely different game.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but Todd Howard, during his presentation, or maybe it was Pete Hines, not Pete Hines, whoever the fuck was doing E3 this year, they're like, what happens after that? And then they played the Elder Scrolls 6 trailer, which was awesome. Were you watching that?
I didn't watch that, no. I was working.
I was watching it. And I remember it starting and coming to that like really cloudy mountain, view. And I'm like, this has got to be Elder Scrolls 6. It's got to be. Because the last one came out in like 2011. Right. If you don't count Elder Scrolls Online, which, I mean, it's a good game.
Oh, no, it's a good game.
It's not.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game, but it's not, it's not.
I think when that came out, that was supposed to be like Skyrim Online. And it didn't come out like that.
I don't think.
At all.
I don't think it was. Because ZeniMax.
Yeah, ZeniMax
had a big arm in it. And ZeniMax, they make online games, and I remember hearing about it coming out, and I'm like, this would be great, Elder Scrolls Online, that's cool. But a lot of people were like, it's going to be exactly like Skyrim Online. It's what we always wanted. But and then the people with that expectation got really let down when that game came out, because that's not how it played, that's not how it looked, its art style was different. And I enjoyed all of that because I wasn't like, Skyrim Online, great. Because Skyrim and ESO were two very different games, both art style wise and gameplay wise. Yeah,
and also I think what really killed or upset people that were using Elder Scrolls Online was the subscription.
Oh my god, $60 to buy the game, then like $15 minimum a month to keep playing.
They have something similar. Just sorry, Isaac. They have something similar at the moment called
ESO Plus.
Yes,
which I have,
and it's supposed to be like the must-have when you're playing a game. So you're kind of still paying a subscription for it. It's a very clever way of doing it.
Yeah.
It's a very clever way of doing it because it gives the players a lot more to use than... Because you get DLC and everything like that. All of it. You get the whole package for $15 a month.
Until you cancel. And then when you resubscribe... You get it back. You also get the coins to buy the DLC. The crowns.
The crowns. And you can buy the DLC with it. So then eventually you get everything built up. You can unsubscribe to ESO Plus. But ESO Plus's biggest main feature is the loot bag. It's the bag where you go picking up materials and you're always forever getting encumbered and, full pockets and everything like that.
So... I have ESO Plus, and so as somebody who's had it and also haven't had it, it's not a necessity, but it definitely does increase the longevity of your playtime in that game.
Yep.
Because you get Murkmire and the Imperial City and all that, and that's all cool. But the base game is good too.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very viable without it. But I will say that some of the people that I've met on ESO Plus, I wouldn't have met that I met on ESO, I wouldn't have met without ESO Plus. There's been a couple people that I've met on there that are really cool, and I only met them because I was in, the Imperial City and Murkmire.
Okay.
And they're, and that's really cool.
So the other way you would have been able to have met them is if you bought the DLC. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isaac, you were going to say something.
Yeah. While we're on the sorry, my voice. Just...
More water.
Yeah, a quick drink of water.
He'll be on his third glass soon.
Shut up.
Second, before we even started.
Anyway. So, while you guys were on the subject of the Elder Scrolls, I'm not overly familiar with the series, but I am familiar. I think this is something that we could all agree to hate on, and that is the horse armor.
For the horse armor, like when they released it for Oblivion, or the lack of it in Skyrim?
When they released it in Oblivion. I think that...
As a DLC?
Yeah, as a DLC.
Well, but see, back then, I mean... I feel like it was kind of worth it.
Yeah, because everybody was mount crazy.
Yeah, in Oblivion, mounts were way more important than they were in Skyrim, I feel. Because in Skyrim, I never really used my horse.
No.
And with Oblivion, I don't think you could even fight on horseback. which kind of made the horse armor a little weird to have.
It's
But
just aesthetics,
Yeah, but
really.
it still looked really cool because you put like elven armor on the horse, and the elven armor looked really cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It was a good trade off. I think they didn't charge that much.
They
for
charged $5 for it.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's not
but
bad.
I think
If they charge $5 for like one set of armor, that's a little.
Yeah.
Or one piece.
Now the reason why I
That'd be
mentioned that is
disgusting.
leading to something that every gamer, I guarantee you, hates: microtransactions.
Dun, dun,
Do you have
dun!
anything to say on that, or are you leading into something else?
Huh?
Are you going to say something?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
microtransactions? 'Cause-
I mean, this is a subject.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Exactly. This is a subject that me and Gavin have been talking back and forth during, whatever, work and whatnot. Thankfully, I have not played.
Do you guys actually get work done? This is a
Yeah,
No, we probably.
we get work done. Don't
Yes,
lie.
we do. We do.
He gets more work. Admittedly, he does do more work on Saturdays than I do, but I work all week, so it's an even trade-off.
Well, okay.
You said Battlefront 2, and I feel like I need to defend that game.
No.
Because
Yep.
it released, it was dog shit.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, no,
It was-
absolutely it
Thank
was.
Now,
God I
though-
never bought that game.
Now, though, after all the updates they did, they've added planets, they've added Felucia to it, they've added clone commandos, commando droids, the destroyer droids, destroyer droids. They've added Anakin, Obi-Wan, Grievous, Dooku. They've added a bunch of shit into it.
Yeah,
Actually
they
put a lot
did.
of work into it, and it's such a small team working on it. And the game is really good now.
That's probably because it was abandoned.
It was all but abandoned by EA. And
So
then,
hats off to the small team that took it on.
yeah,
Really?
and that's great that it's still alive. And I play it on a regular basis now, whereas before when it was.
You know what? I haven't touched it.
What?
I've got it. And I got the first one, and I played the shit out of the first one. Loved it.
The first one was also a good game,
Yeah.
too. The story on Battlefront 2, though, is dog shit.
Oh, is it?
It's so short, and then it's so predictable at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you know what the story is, Sean obviously hasn't played it, so
Yep.
don't say anything about it.
I won't. No
But it's
spoiler
just-
free
La, la,
here.
la, la,
It's
la,
pretty
la,
short.
la.
There are some cool moments in it, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But they marketed it one way, and then ended up bringing it another way. And that really, really upsets me.
Yeah, that is
about it.
true. That is very true.
You know what I'm talking about then.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And it really upsets me the way they took it. But, I mean, it's a good game now. I think it got its credibility back. I really hope EA loses their Star Wars license at the end of this year.
Yay.
Like they're supposed to.
Oh, are they really? Oh, we have to get some news onto that later on.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
That could be a good one.
I remember back when I was living in the dorm for my freshman year of college, I didn't have the setup that I have now. All I had was a shitty laptop and my microphone.
Shitty laptop.
Bigger than that, by the way.
No, this is actually a fairly decent one. I didn't mean to upset you. Sorry, patting my laptop so it doesn't crash.
I think at the time I downloaded Origin and I downloaded the first Battlefront game on it, and I tried it out. And of course, predictably, it didn't work too well. But when I actually got to play it, it was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was. I mostly played on Hoth because, of course, it's early access.
Yeah, it was a demo, type thing, yeah.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. But nowadays, when Battlefront 2 first released, I can thank my stars that I didn't play that game when it first came out.
So correction, when I said that they're losing their Star Wars license at the end of this year,
They lost it.
it's not till the end of 2023.
Oh, God.
Oh,
They
got
signed
a
a
few
10-year
years
deal.
to go.
They signed a 10-year deal back in 2013. And apparently Disney's been considering letting them keep doing it for some reason, despite all the controversy. I think they're going to see how Fallen Order goes, which I hate to admit it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does
which
look
is weird.
pretty good.
I think it's funny as fuck. Because, okay, so a few years ago, the EA president was saying that single player is dead.
Yeah.
That nobody does anymore. And now they're making a single player Star Wars game.
Well, having said that, yeah, okay, so I'm going to segue onto that, but there's a lot of companies now that are actually starting to release single player games. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, just been remastered for the next generation consoles that we have, like PS4, not PS3, PS4 and Xbox One, and they're taken off because people want them. People, there are the people that want the multiplayer and stuff like that. But then there's a lot of players that really can't do with screaming kids or people. If you're a trophy hunter like I am, people bailing on the group thanks, I got my trophy, see you later. And then it abandons the group. So now the group can't get their trophy because you now need to find someone else to get the group together. Because some stuff requires X amount of people. So single player, I am so happy to see single player stuff coming back. And especially remastered stuff. There's a lot of games out there that I would like to see remastered from PlayStation 3. For example, one of my favorites would be the Mass Effect series.
My God, yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
So Gavin's doing his nut.
This is a personal subject for you, isn't it?
I kind of peeked there. Sorry about that.
It's fine. It is a very personal subject to me because Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 were like the games of my life.
Yeah, they were.
And then Andromeda came out.
Yep.
Well, what about Dragon Age as well? Dragon Age Origins? Oh, come on. Knights of the Old Republic would be...
Oh, yeah, Knights of the Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic would be awesome.
Yeah, but
and
you brought
loads
Dragon
of
Age.
people.
Pretty awesome. Could you imagine how beautiful it would look if it was remastered?
Not if EA did it.
Eh.
I do not want another Knights of the Old Republic anything to happen if EA is going to be doing it.
Eh.
That is fine. The
It
Old
has to be
Republic
BioWare.
MMO.
Yeah, well, that was like BioWare right at the beginning.
Yeah, it was BioWare at the beginning, and they did a good job with it, and EA bought it,
Then
and it took a shit for a couple years, but now, because I still play that game too.
Yeah.
And it's good now, but it's another one of those just like ESO, if you own the subscription thing to it, it's, I forget what it's called, but you get like cartel coins and all this, and you can spend it to buy cosmetics and...
I have a lifetime account on that.
Really?
Yeah, because I beta tested it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the same with Lord of the Rings Online. I have a lifetime account with that as well because I was one of the first 100 people in it.
Is that still going?
I have no idea.
That is an old game.
I have
I was just thinking about it. I'm like, that's
I still have the launcher on the PC. So...
You could try it out.
Yeah, I could. And I beta tested for BioWare as well.
You would be alone as heck, though.
Not just on the Knights of the Old Republic, but I did beta test for a game called Jade Empire.
Really?
Yep. It
Sounds
was
familiar.
a martial arts kind of style game done in the same way as the Knights of the Old Republic was. And yeah, they were looking for beta testers, and I posted my requirements, what my specs on my PC were, and they were kind of dire at the time, and they said, no, I'm afraid. So I went instantly out and bought a new PC for it. So I have to get on this. I have to get onto beta testing. And this is when beta testing was real.
Yeah.
Not like any 12-year-old could jump into it now, but we had to do research. We had to send in all the information daily of what we found wrong and stuff like that, So it was a lot of fun being a beta tester, and the stuff you got. So with Jade Empire, I got the game for free, so no big deal. But they sent it to me to test it.
Yeah.
So I had to have a little bit of a claim to fame for that.
Talking about your beta testing stuff, and beta testing definitely has changed a lot.
Without doubt.
Because now, like,
It's too easy.
Looking at Breakpoint.
Just going on the subject of Breakpoint, have you guys seen the trailer video?
No, I have not.
With
John
no, it's
For
Lil he's a gangster rapper.
Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
Did he do a commercial for Breakpoint?
You gotta see it. You haven't obviously seen it because you don't know. Look, watch the long one because there's a short one as well. Where they're in the car and stuff and they go over the cliff. But you want to see the full length trailer of it. I tell you what, I had to watch it several times and I still laugh. It's freaking hilarious. It really is. It's freaking hilarious. You have to do it. You have to do it.
Okay.
And then next time when we come back, you tell me what you thought about it.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's no problem. Just going off the beta testing stuff, is Breakpoint did a beta test before the game released. And beta testing isn't even beta testing anymore. They're releasing the game...
We are the beta testers.
Yeah, but at this point, they're like they're releasing the game fully to anybody, open. And while that's a good idea, they don't change anything anymore from the beta. Because the bugs that were present in the Breakpoint beta... Because I played Breakpoint day one.
What do you think to it, by the way?
Hmm?
What do you think to it?
I mean...
Oh, dear. You're on the fence. Is it better than like? Because I mean, one of my favorite in that franchise is definitely Division. I love
really
Division.
wanted to try playing Division for the longest time.
Have you played it?
No, unfortunately not.
I've played both of them.
You should be able to get to do it. I haven't played Division 2. Don't own it yet. But there's also Wildlands, and that's part. It's like a continuation from Wildlands, right?
Same guy. You play as in Wildlands. As far as my thoughts on Breakpoint is, it is not good right now.
Holy shit!
Ubisoft, they put themselves in a lot of shit for it right now. They're at the center of some stuff right now, and what most of it is they riddled it with microtransactions immediately in the beta. There were microtransactions.
What the fuck?
And you didn't even get to keep those because it wiped everything clean, and they didn't refund anybody for that. They're like, it was an accident. We didn't mean to put the microtransactions there on beta. Bullshit.
Oh god.
You knew exactly what you were doing. You guys are too popular to make those small of accidents. You're too like up there. They're Ubisoft. Like, how do you fuck that up?
Yeah.
And what it was is
kind of surprising from Ubisoft.
Yeah. It's like the equivalent of Ubisoft taking away your money, taking away all of your stuff, and saying "fuck you." Yeah,
have you guys ever seen an Angry Joe show? And he's got that guy that has the metal plate face, and he's like, "Money, yeah, give me all your money." Everybody seems to be going that way, but you would have thought that a lot of developers and stuff like that or publishers would have learned from EA's mistake of Star Wars Battlefront 2, going back to Battlefront 2, because I mean Star Wars Battlefront 2, before it was released, it was coming up to Christmas, and it was going to be the big game for Christmas.
Because it had Clone Wars in it this
for
time.
Every single console, and they had everything on it.
The heck out of it.
Right, and then it just fell.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well, at least they were able to collect the pieces later on.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you were lucky, you pick up a copy of it brand new at like $10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it just the price of it just slammed. I'm guessing like the stocks and market of it just went pitfall, And now you pick it up. It's like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky.
Oh my god.
No, that game is good now.
Right.
Yeah.
Commonly nicknamed as No Man's Lie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, when that first was promised, what everything was going to be in it, like you're going to have multiplayer and everything, and no one was going to be able to finish the game. I think someone finished it within the first 2 days of having it. Mm-hmm. Something like that. Got to the universe and there's like nothing there, and then you restart. But that thing has now become a phenomenon.
Yeah.
It is.
It really has.
It has. And you could pick that thing up brand new for $5.
And no microtransactions.
No.
It's the greatest. Piggybacking off microtransactions.
Yeah. This is one thing that, let's admit, it's not going away anytime soon.
Microtransactions?
Yeah.
I'd like to see the back end of it, or maybe it being handled a little bit more delicately.
If it was handled better, you want to know who's not handling it any better?
Yeah, EA. There we go. Poor EA.
We're just picking on. Oh my god, I just picked.
We're just picked big time there, sorry.
But no, what I was going to say was Activision. Because with Modern Warfare, already they've fucked up with the loot boxes. Have you heard about that one yet?
No.
They have weapon mods that you have to buy through microtransactions.
That's bullshit.
You obviously
so it's
don't
almost
have
like
to.
a pay to win.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's pay to win, and they have fucked it up before it even released. A whole month before it released, they fucked it, and it makes me really sad because, obviously you can still get attachments, through gaming.
Yeah.
But there are certain ones you have to actually buy, and that's not how it should be.
So why do you actually have to buy it then? Is that so you can then use the weapon, or what?
You can buy. You can actually buy weapons and attachments through it. So it is very much pay to win. Mm-hmm. There are some weapons that you can't get without buying them for real money, and there's some attachments that you can't get without buying them for real money.
So really, it is just to make yourself Uber.
It's to make yourself. It's basically to go, look, I have money. Fuck you guys, and just shit on. I blame EA for all the microtransactions. Actually, you know what? No, I don't. I blame Counter-Strike.
Oh yeah,
CS:GO.
Yeah.
They were the first ones to do loot boxes, and everybody's doing those loot box unboxing videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, CS:GO has it figured out for their loot boxes.
Yeah.
They're one of the people that have done it pretty good now. But I mean, it's only getting worse.
Get it together. There you go.
So and then speaking about microtransactions and the gambling factor that goes with them.
Oh yes.
There is a kind of rehab now for younger people.
I might need this. Actually, my wife might get me a season ticket.
The NHS. I don't know. What
National Health Service.
There we go.
Okay, so the NHS is an English organization. Government.
They have opened their first clinic for young people.
Are you shitting me?
To gaming and gambling. A year after, a gambling commission report found that 55,000 11 to 16-year-olds in the UK were problem gamblers and gamers.
Damn.
What's the numbers of that again?
55,000 11 to 16-year-olds. 55,000 people that age from 11 to 16.
Fuck.
Are those... I would assume they would.
We've got to look up the population of the UK now and just work that out. That's probably about 30% of the UK.
It says, for some, the path to gambling begins with playing online games, as the BBC's Becky Milligan heard from the father of one young man now getting help for his addiction. And you know what? I have a weird stance on this kind of stuff because loot boxes are in a way gambling.
Yeah, because it's pot luck what you get.
Yeah, but it's not gambling in the way like Vegas is gambling. You can get money from that.
You could. Whereas if you loot box, you get trash.
Yeah, you just lose money.
Because I mean, that was the worst part about Star Wars Battlefront 2. It was just skins.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem was you had to grind and get loot boxes just so you could play this iconic hero like Darth Vader or something like that.
Yeah, originally you had to unlock heroes through loot boxes.
Yep.
But now, I mean, loot boxes are non-existent in Battlefront. Same with Battlefield 5. There's no loot boxes in those anymore. They completely got rid of them.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. You never saw that actually coming either because, I mean, even though everybody was like, oh my gosh, you need to get rid of this, you need to get rid of this. You, being such a big company, you would never have thought that they would actually go, But it looks like, or sounds like, they actually learnt their lesson. And that, again, from the Christmas sales that plummeted, like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I actually like how they describe it on here. It says it's like online roulette.
Online boxes. Roulette.
Because it is.
It is, because you don't know what you get.
It's completely...
True.
You know, and it's actually not by chance because it is online. They set factors for it. You know, open this many loot boxes, and I'm sure there's a background. Yeah, I'm sure there's a background calculation that goes to it.
Yeah. Very similar to like gambling machines in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like one-hand bandits. They've been
playing.
For
myself,
they'll pay out.
Since I don't make a whole lot of money and I have a lot of bills to pay, I don't pay for microtransactions or anything like that. So if I'm every once in a while, I play games like Overwatch, Injustice 2, or anything like that. If I keep leveling up, or if I'm away from it for too long, I get like a couple of loot boxes, which is kind of a
it's a welcome back. It's a welcome back gift, isn't it? Yeah. Those are kind of cool, but whether the rarity of the item kind of scales with that kind of loot box instead of the ones that you would normally pay for or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day. During high school, I played a lot of free-to-play games like TF2 and World of Warships and all that. Since they're free-to-play games, I really don't...
World of Warships was that old because it's really, I think it's just come out not so long ago for the PS4.
It's an old-ish game.
I was talking about
World of Tanks. World of Tanks.
That's the older
rocks.
But yeah,
that's a good game.
I couldn't get into it. I tried.
Really?
I really tried.
But yeah. It's really generous with, like a couple of days ago, I was playing World of Warships because, why the heck not? And they gave me this premium battleship that I could play as for like a week or so. And I was like,
cool. So here, you could have this, but no, you can't have it.
Yeah.
We're going to take it back. Bastards.
I'm all like, I don't play this game a whole lot anyway, whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Unless you got actually sold on it, which I think is the idea, is to tempt you into showing you what they could do.
Yeah.
And what you can have if you do work X amount and you do some real serious grinding and stuff like that, then you end up with the Uber Bismarck type thing, It's like, and then it's like, no, that's your preview.
And I guess I never play World of Warships nowadays, because there's a certain like dock system where you can keep all of your ships and whatnot.
Oh, really?
You have to buy an extra dock to keep an extra ship that you.
Oh,
Like with real money?
Yes. So I'm like,
really?
yeah, whatever, yeah.
Real money?
Unless you sell one of your own ships and have.
Do we know
fill a
the
ship
price?
in that
Do we
dock.
know the price of each dock?
It's like 100 gold for each, which is like relatively $2-3 in real life money.
A
mean,
month.
it's not too-
So it's a subscription.
Is that a month or?
No, not.
Okay,
it's not
okay.
A subscription.
So for
So-
a dock, it's a one-time payment.
yes.
Okay. That's,
Okay.
That's
It's not
better.
Oh, so is it $3? That's not too bad. There's not
Yeah,
like
it's not too
$15
bad, but
subscription
then again,
shit.
I don't play the game that often, so I'm like,
Right.
yeah, whatever. I
Right.
don't care. I don't care if I give a Bismarck, whatever.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to like the ESO Plus thing. You know, you're not going to spend that money. Like it's $15 a month. It's
Yeah.
quite a fair bit to somebody who doesn't have $15. Or you, Gavin puts his hand up. Gavin, do you have ESO Plus?
I do.
Yeah, and you put your hand up.
Yeah, because I don't have $15 a month, but I still throw it at ESO
Yeah,
Plus.
Yeah.
there you go.
No.
So I think you need to go to that NHS clinic, mate.
I
Yes,
think I
you
do.
do.
I think I do.
You have a gambling problem, my friend.
I don't open loot. There are loot boxes
Do
in
you
ESO,
open it?
but I don't use them because
Yeah.
they're stupid.
They're the ones where you get the keys, right? You have to get the keys to open the box.
No, that's CS:GO
I think that's also Team Fortress 2. If I
and Team
remember
Fortress 2.
correctly.
I'll admit, I have done loot boxes in TF2 because there is a certain addiction level to loot
Yep.
box stuff, and especially in TF2. 'cause
Well,
there's a lot of-
that's why it's so easy for companies to put it out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the breaking news when Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out was kids are spending X amount, $100 on loot boxes on their mum's credit card or their dad's credit card, and their parents don't even know. And then they get the bill, and it's like, what
What the hell is
what is this? And then they
this?
did research, and then it really got quite political as well because it's against some countries' religions to gamble.
Yeah.
And it was looked at as technically gambling.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why they dropped the loot boxes, because that's a serious, serious thing it's not something you can sweep under the carpet. Now it's gone kind of international and it's gone religious. And we all know religions like start wars and all sorts of interesting things. So yeah, that was, they needed to get the hell out of that spider's web.
Yeah.
That's a polite way of saying a piece of shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know we all hate microtransactions,
Do
and
we?
it's obviously not going away anytime soon. What
No.
kind of improvements do you think they should have on microtransactions this day forward?
I think it would be a big improvement if they didn't exist. That's a big improvement, I think.
No, it would be, because I mean it will make gameplay balanced. Like you say, that the game that had you have to pay to get weapons and the mods. So it's a pay to play win thing.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that, it would be a real balanced thing, and it would be about skill. It wouldn't be about how much money you really have. It wouldn't be about how much you can throw at X amount of game. There was a game that I played called Ace Combat Infinity, and it was Infinity. It stood up to its name. And it was one of those games that you fly a jet. And when I first started playing, I thought I was absolutely shite. I really was. And I actually thought people were hacking, because there was pilots that were shooting down like 5 or 6 planes at a time. And I'm like, how is that possible? I've got like 2 missiles on each wing. How is that possible to knock down 8 planes at a time? Well, I found out why. But that game was free to play.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool. So that kind of ropes you in. And it had trophies, so that was me, right in there.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I committed it to my 100% profile, Perfect Sin. And because I was in there, I was going to see it right to the end. And it was one of those things you could fly 3 times in one day, and that was it. Okay?
Yep.
Unless you won some fuel in the battle. Because, if you completed the battle, you would get some sort of prize, and it was random, so like a loot box, but you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
That's fine.
you could pay real money, and I think it's like $10 for X amount of fuel,
Yeah.
So
you
you
could
could
be a full tank.
No, it's not.
You gotta be 2 times the full tank.
It was ridiculous, and I'm like, well, how is this free to play? You know, obviously it's a choice. Okay, so it's a choice.
Yeah.
And I chose to go the grindy way, and it took me 5 months to grind the very last trophy from the last trophy I'd earned. So it took me 5 months to grind one trophy because I didn't do the paying and buying the fuel and stuff like that. But for other people who have money, they'll shed out that because they'll complete the game, or they're going to buy the best plane, or, you know, and it's some of it you can do dogfight stuff. So, you know, some of it's multiplayer, but most of it is really co-op. So it really didn't affect too much.
Yeah.
See, I'm a little bit more forgiving with loot boxes, microtransactions in a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I kind of understand it. You know, they want to keep it up. They want to keep maintaining it and stuff. But then the only problem with microtransactions I have are the retail games.
Yeah,
you have to spend $60 on, like, Breakpoint.
Okay, so going on that, what do you think about season passes?
It really... In free-to-play games, they're cool. You know?
Okay.
Like, Apex Legends... That's a bad example. Their last 2 season passes have apparently been pretty horrible. Like Fortnite, I guess, you know.
But they're like skins and stuff again, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's nothing game changing. In terms of
like for Overwatch, for example, am I the only one who plays Overwatch in here?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
I don't play it. It's coming to Nintendo Switch, by the way.
Yeah,
it is.
It's one of those games that gives you loot box for skins and golden guns or whatnot. Not anything like buy to win or anything.
Nothing. No, pay to win.
Pay to win. Sorry.
Right. So nothing that's going to improve your stats that will make you overpowered, and no one's going to get a chance.
I could just level up, and it'll be like, here's a free loot box.
Right.
Or if I come back to it for say 30 days, or something like that, it'll give me like free loot boxes.
Right.
One game that I think does the battle pass really well is Smite. I play Smite a lot.
Uh-huh.
And
is that on PC or PS4? Or?
It's on PS4. It's on PC.
Yeah.
And
it is
PS4.
on. I know it's on PS. I know it's on PC.
I don't know if it's on Xbox though.
No,
I didn't think it was.
Haha, it's it can't be a PlayStation exclusive. Because it's on the PC, dumbass.
But no, I play Smite a lot on the PC. I've actually gotten into the competitive scene a little bit. Pretty proud of myself.
Oh, get you.
Hold my own pretty good.
Get you.
My friend would actually like you because he also plays Smite competitively.
Does he have any friends?
Yes, he does.
He
has
does.
me.
What are you trying to say about me?
Well, he might like you, see?
I'm here. So
that is true.
He might like you.
I could have ghosted you guys and went and played Smite now.
Ghost me? What's ghost me? I know.
But I don't know how much its season pass is because it's been a little bit since I bought it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it gives you god skins, which some of them they're exclusive to that battle pass. So if you get them, it's it's pretty cool.
Right.
And you get Smite Favor, which is the in-game currency to that, which isn't really the big one. The big one is gems, which you can pay to buy more. I have done before.
Yeah. How much did you spend on gems?
Oh man.
Go on. Spill the gems.
In total, or just my last one?
Oh no, in total.
I think
you're going red.
I think on Smite gems.
Ooh.
I think I have spent at least $100.
Oh, okay. I was expecting to be a little bit more.
Because I do, but if it makes it better, I do hate myself every time I spend money on a free game like that.
You have an addiction there, my friend.
It's not an addiction because it's not loot boxes. There are loot boxes in the game, which you do get for some things, but they give plenty of those away for free.
Yeah.
But in the season pass, you don't unlock new gods, you don't unlock new abilities or anything. It's just skins for your god, skins for your totem that you stand on, your walk things, and it's pretty cool. You get taunts and stuff. My favorite god is Erlong Shen. Pretty cool. Everybody hates him for some reason.
You sound so ashamed there.
No, kind of blasé, actually.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that they're like full of it.
British
yeah.
words.
Blasé? Maybe.
I don't understand fancy
what
words.
Blasé means.
Really quick, can we hit that Activision thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Hit it up.
I was talking to Sean about this. I don't know if I told you about it.
I don't think so.
The Activision Blizzard brand is undergoing a little bit of problems right now. So there was an esports gamer by the name of something.
So his parents must have hated him.
I forget his name.
I christened you something.
He was something.
Mr. Something.
I'm not even trying to pronounce his name.
Okay.
His first name is NG. You can tell me how to pronounce that.
Okay.
We're just gonna call him Y Chung because that's the rest of his name.
All right. To me, that's a good effort, and I'll
Chung.
Y Chung.
So he is a Hearthstone. Is that how you pronounce it?
Hearthstone. Yeah.
Hearthstone esports player.
Okay. Hearthstone's pretty good.
I've never played Hearthstone.
I've seen my youngest daughter playing it, and I didn't play it myself, but no, actually I did, because I started to make some decks. Yeah. Because I used to be a CCG card player, essentially Star Wars, because it was Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we all love Star Wars until Last Jedi. I don't love. I fell out of the crowd of YouTube.
I'm still okay with Star Wars. I just don't like the sequels.
You're sitting there with a Star Wars t-shirt on right now, and so am I.
You're not anymore.
No.
I'm just now noticing that you changed shirts.
Yeah.
Now you stand out like a sore thumb.
You know what? That's fine.
No, but that's a really good t-shirt.
It's original. It's a Stormtrooper, an original trilogy Stormtrooper.
Yeah, that's true.
And you painted it on your shirt.
I totally did. This is all me.
Yeah.
I totally didn't buy it printed like this.
Never mind. I recognize that was sarcasm.
But anyways, so his esports name is Blitz Chung. I don't know if that makes any difference.
Okay, well that's easier to pronounce.
Blitz Chung.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Apparently,
Run.
He violated some kind of rule that was almost completely unknown to everybody. So Hong Kong is going through a little bit of an issue right now with this whole, kind of end the dictatorship that China has going on. As far as
been
I'm aware.
having for like a long time.
Yeah. In Hong Kong, there's a bunch of protesters there that are pushing for democracy.
Of course.
And I can't remember the exact thing that he said.
Is this?
You got a quote?
Never mind.
What?
I was about to say, which part of Korea is this? South Korea?
China.
No. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. Don't listen to a word I say.
Okay, we'll just mute your mic.
Okay, go away.
You'll have to mute this one mic that Gavin's also speaking on.
Let me just kick you out. So he shouted, "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age." I think after he won something or other. And to be fair, I'm always saying, keep politics out of games. But if it's something like that, where it's actually a big thing and it's actually affecting people's lives horribly, like a dictatorship would be, it's fair.
It's a statement, isn't it? And it's a statement made worldwide type thing. And he had it. I think it's his expression of how he feels about his country or whatever. And
so he actually said that in a post-match interview at the Asia Pacific Hearthstone Grandmasters tournament.
Ooh.
So it was very public. It was very out there.
Exactly.
Well, kudos to him.
Blizzard removed him from Grandmasters, the entire, the whole tournament circuit that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they rescinded his winnings that he legitimately got from that.
That's kind of unfair.
Yeah,
for Season 2, suspending him from all professional Hearthstone competition for a full year. It also said that it would no longer work with the two streamers conducting the interview.
Damn.
And then so with this, Blizzard is kind of falling apart from the inside out after this.
Oh, really?
So one of the sportscasters that they have, his name is Brian Kibler. He's one of the guys, is casting it, explaining what's going on, who's winning, that kind of stuff. He said, I want to start by saying that I feel what Blitzchung did was very brave. He knew that his actions would likely have serious consequences, not just for his future in Hearthstone, but possibly even for his personal safety. And I commend him for the fortitude that it takes. Even so, I do not think that Blizzard was correct in issuing him a penalty for his actions. They do not want to set the precedent for their official broadcast being used as political tools. The players agreed to particular rules for behavior, and he violated those rules. So
it was like in a disclosure thing that they had to sign or something like that.
Yeah.
He said
because there's got to be a contract involved in that before you even start competing like that. Small print shit.
He went on to say, I won't pretend to understand either the intricacies of the geopolitical situation in China and Hong Kong or the full extent of Blizzard's business interests there. But to me, this penalty feels like it is deeply rooted in both. The heavy-handedness of it feels like someone insisted that Blizzard make an example of Blitzchung, not only to discourage others from similar acts in the future, but also to appease those upset by the outburst itself.
Yeah.
That kind of appeasement is simply not something I can, in good conscience, be associated with. When I learned about the ruling, I reached out to Blizzard and informed them that I no longer feel comfortable casting the Grandmasters Finals at BlizzCon. I will not be a smiling face on camera that I don't know that word, endorses this decision. Unless something changes, I will have no involvement with Grandmasters moving forward.
Wow.
So that's pretty big, because I don't watch that kind of stuff.
No,
I don't watch BlizzCon and all that. But from what I'm hearing, he's like the top guy when it comes to casting like that, at least for English, you know. And then just a couple days ago, Blizzard employees walked out in protest.
Whoa!
Damn.
The Blizzard employees are actually, and it was a small group, but it was very visible.
Right.
You know, they're walking out.
So they're defending the player?
Yeah, they're defending the player.
Yeah.
Because they think that what Blitzchung did was a good thing to do, and it was. It wasn't bad.
No.
Because he's standing up for what he believes, and that's fine.
Right.
And
Respect.
Yeah, and if you win a tournament and shit like that, you're going to let a whole lot of shit go, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going to thank your mother. You're going to thank everybody, and you're going to go into all sorts of wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously this means a lot to him that he had to just say that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably one of his mottos that he's had for a while, and says it a lot to himself or to other people, you know. Yeah, you're playing footsie with me, mate.
Shut up. And then it went on to say that Blizzard has been blasted with criticism from lawmakers, other game developers, and its player communities. On Tuesday, Senator Ron Wyden, I don't know where he's the senator from, said that Blizzard shows it is willing. No, it says Blizzard shows it is willing to humiliate itself to please the Chinese Communist Party. No American company should censor calls for freedom to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Epic Games got in on it. You know, the people that everybody hates right now for their exclusivity deals that they're giving everything.
Yep.
They go out to say Epic supports everyone's rights to express their views on politics and human rights. What?
Does that sound
like
like
they're making a bunch of brownie
Does
points.
that sound like? Yeah, I was gonna say, does that sound like they're backpedaling for something very bad?
It kind of does, but I mean, they've always been very open with what they think about things. So I don't think it's very much, you know, backpedaling. Cause
So then it's a natural thing to them,
for them, it's pretty regular to see them talk about stuff like that.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, it said Epic also said that it would support the speech rights of its players and that they would never do anything like that to censor it. So they're very much promoting themselves at the same time.
Right. Come over to our side.
Understandably so. You know?
We love you.
We love you. We're not
Join the dark side.
Yeah, right.
Cookies.
And you know what? It sucks because Blitzchung, you know, like I said, I don't watch any of this, but, you know, he's one of the more popular guys that does that kind of stuff. And so with him leaving, you're going to lose a big following with him.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people that
You're going to have the Konami and Kojima thing, aren't you? Seriously.
or the Ninja and Twitch thing.
Well, the Ninja and Twitch thing, yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's like
We miss you, Ninja.
You send away.
Come back.
You send away the guy that everybody likes, and suddenly all the, you know, fans that were actually there for like his entire thing and are a big part of what BlizzCon ends up being, they're gonna leave too. You know, you're setting yourself up for failure at that point.
Yeah.
So, and it's still going. There's still stuff going on with Activision, Blizzard, all that.
Yeah, this sounds like it's going to be a long-term thing because it's got political.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's really going to have a lot of ramifications in the future.
There's going to be a decision that's decided in The Hague.
Yeah.
It's going to go international law.
Also, fun fact: Wall Street Journal makes you subscribe to them to read articles. Found that one out just now.
Microtransaction.
You want to read our articles?
I just moved on from that article.
You want to read our articles, huh? More money, please!
It's like $12 to subscribe to them for a month or something.
Really?
Damn, that is no, that's season pass. That's
season pass level. I better be getting some rewards for that.
I better be getting my own Wall Street t-shirt.
I want my own Wall Street. Get my own bank account.
Oh my God.
Invest in myself. No, hang on a minute. That wouldn't be any good.
Okay.
So, yeah, Isaac, you got anything? Yeah, go ahead.
We got 5 minutes left. So
we can go over. I mean, we're on a pretty good.
No, we're on a roll.
all right.
We can go over if you're okay with.
But
I think we have a good discussion going on here.
We have, and we haven't even breached any of it.
Yeah. What counts? That. So obviously, both of you are PS team PS.
So, okay.
I mean, I'm PlayStation PC.
Are you guys looking forward to the PS5?
Yes. Oh, come on, really? Gavin's on the fence again.
It's not that I'm on the fence. I'm upset that I have to buy another $500 console.
I mean, in all fairness,
you don't have to buy another $500 console. You can wait for it to crash down in price after the first 2 years of its release.
Yeah, but then I'm going to be like, wow, look at all these single-player games I'm missing out on.
But you're not going to miss out on them because you're eventually going to get round to them.
Well, yeah,
and they're single player, so you're not going to miss out anything multiplayer.
Do you know how hard it is for me to not look at spoilers online? It is a struggle for me to not go, I just want to look really quick, one look.
Don't look.
And it's really bad. Because I know God of War is going to get a sequel, and it's going to be on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a launch title or something.
Yeah. It's got to be I don't think it's actually a launch title.
It could be, though.
There hasn't been I feel like there hasn't been enough time, because they spent years, Cory Barlog and his guys, developing the God of War that came out last year.
Okay, fair enough. But it could be possible.
It could be.
I'm looking forward to the fact that it's backwards compatible. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
That's another thing I was going to go on to.
It means I don't have to sell all my games.
No, so you could have a machine that is cost you $500, and trust me, when it comes out, we're getting it. We're getting it. It might not be worth the $500 price tag. Can't say blah, 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 blah. But at maybe $300 or $350. Then you could justify it. I mean, PlayStation 4 when it first came out, what was that, like $400?
Yeah,
close to $500.
It was. I think it was $400 because I remember they had a $100 lower price tag than Xbox One.
Right. And I did hear and read that the price tag of PS5 is going to be a little bit more than the PS4 was.
If it's not outrageous, that's fine.
Yeah,
because
Yeah, but 500 is kind of outrageous.
It is very outrageous. I'm not
that's
not.
half $1,000.
Yeah, and that's money that I could put towards my gaming PC, which I will. If it comes down to, because these consoles aren't releasing till Christmas 2020.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got like a year or more. So.
I'll start saving money now.
A lot of people thought that it was going to come out by the end of this year.
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't.
No, there was nothing leaked about it or anything, and the leaks have only just started to come out.
I mean, to be fair, a couple months ago, there was a leak showing its processing power on the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Which was cool. The loadings are, assuming it holds that performance, the loading screens on games are almost non-existent, and that's cool as shit.
And it's using the same processor, I believe, as the next Xbox as well. I think it's Z2 or something like that.
I think they have an AMD processor in there.
Yeah, it's an AMD processor, and
Microsoft obviously,
and they're using Radeon as well.
Yeah, they're using a Radeon graphics card, which is, it's cool.
Radeon.
Radeon. I say Radeon. I'm American.
I'm American. I pronounce however I want.
I'm American, so I can mispronounce things all I want.
Okay.
Really quick.
Go on.
Fuck, I lost it. Never mind.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I was a bit curious what the new consoles would look like. I mean, looks aren't everything, but this is what the PS5 looks like.
Okay.
No. That's not what.
Don't say anything. I know exactly what that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the dev unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is the dev unit, and it has actually been confirmed that it is the dev unit.
Okay.
So I mean, that's kind of
gigantic W.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool. It does look kind of cool, but it's just the lights all around it. I mean, you could drill shit holes in your console or your screens or anything and stick LEDs behind it and make it look cool. It would still be the same thing.
See, I would get annoyed by the LEDs, because I have a black web keyboard.
Yep.
Well, see, that's fine.
Hello.
But
stroking my PS4.
because I have a black web, not a black web. I have a mechanical keyboard that has LEDs on it. And when I'm playing a game in my room, when it's all dark, the keyboard reflects onto the screen, so it kind of annoys me.
Okay.
because there's that reflectiveness. So as long as it's not obnoxiously bright, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But that,
I mean, if it had strobe lights and shit, that would be.
that strobe lights be a little
You'd be
bit-
expecting it to lift off.
Yeah. Or that, or just
But
falling
yes,
having a seizure.
Isaac, that is definitely a dev unit, mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you confirmed that.
Yeah,
And-
I don't think I've actually seen any official release or sneak release of what it is going to look like.
I'm sure it'll look cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I've seen concept designs by other people like us
Mm-hmm.
on what we think it would look like, and some of those have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mine would look like a square because I can't draw for shit.
That's it.
Is it just a regular square, not a
It's a
3D
GameCube.
square?
Bring
It's a
back the
GameCube.
GameCube.
Yeah.
It's not even a complete square.
Top view, so it is literally a square.
Yeah.
Not even 3-dimensional. Yeah.
No, forget that.
Um,
Segueing from that is the recent, like I was telling you earlier, it's always been a conversation, but the PC versus console stuff has come up again a lot because
You
there's
got
the
Alright,
timer.
that's the timer.
Okay.
Because consoles, they're getting really good with their hardware, but people are like, there's some people are going, consoles are going to catch up to PC and they're going to be better.
Yeah.
And then there's people who think rationally like me and are like,
Nah.
mm-mm. Don't get me wrong, I love PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I'll always love PlayStation because it's a great console. But console gaming is never going to surpass PC, unfortunately. Hardware-wise, gameplay-wise, it's not, because by the time the PlayStation ends up coming out, the hardware they're putting in it now is going to be outdated.
Oh yeah. Technology ages
It
like
moves too
after a
fast.
couple of months.
Like, for instance, I'm putting an RTX 2070 in my computer.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I actually end up buying that, whenever it's going to happen, because it's taken me like 8 months to even get 3 parts.
Yeah.
It'll be outdated. I
Yeah.
mean, it was outdated 2 days after it released.
Right,
'cause
right.
That's just how fast technology,
It does, yeah. It's
It
kind of
really
scary how
does.
fast it advances.
I have a friend who's either a electrical engineer or a computer engineer. I can't remember which one because they're both way too smart for me. And
Yes.
he'll give me these regular rundowns on technology and why they age so fast and
it
all this
just
optimization.
flies over your head.
And it just flies right over my head. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. Can we please just play a game? There was one day we sat just on Skype, just talking for like 30 minutes. I say talking. I was listening to him for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And he sent me a picture of his homework one day, and I'm like, I think my brain just shut off.
Wow.
There weren't even numbers in it. It was all letters and pictures. And
I like pictures. I can do pictures.
If it's a matching
Oh, you
game,
need-
I
Yeah,
can
if
do
it has
Boy.
pictures, I'm happy.
But it's
Any
just,
book.
it was fucking ridiculous. Just random ass note on the side, by the way. Just,
Yeah.
I'm not smart.
Nope.
No.
I should know, Gavin.
Yeah, look at my job.
That probably is one of the things that we don't have in common because Isaac's pretty smart. He's smarter than I am.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, I can say you're smarter than I
Yeah,
am. You're in
I
university.
would definitely
I mean,
say you're smarter than I am.
I mean, I'm legitimately curious. Why? Why do you think that, John?
Well, because you know a lot of technical stuff. I mean, you know all about the podcasting that we're doing
Yeah, that's
and
true.
how to run mixers, how to do mics and stuff. It's probably okay and easy to learn and stuff like that. I've always been a very physical type,
on the go
manual
Yeah.
type person.
Hands-on learning.
I mean, like,
Yeah. Instead of just like being able to figure it out in your head and shit like that. You know, that comes with being autistic and dyslexic.
yeah.
See, I just automatically, like, you go to university, so you're smarter than I am.
So that's the one thing there. I should have gone right to that. Yeah.
I mean, like, off topic a little bit. I've been like this ever since high school. Like, I went to this particular high school because it had a film class. That's all I wanted to do at that high school.
Did you go here?
Huh?
Did you go to high school here?
No. Yeah. And you mean our local town?
Flagstaff?
Yeah.
Are you actually from Flagstaff?
Yes, I'm homegrown.
What high school did you
You're
go to?
homegrown.
Yeah.
Did you go to
So you're a drug.
No, I'm talking about Paula.
Oh, you went to... That's right.
He's
Yeah.
weed. He's homegrown.
He's weed.
Anyway.
Are you from? Are you from Flagstaff?
No, he's
I'm
from
You're
from
not,
Wyoming.
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 Originally. Mhm.
Okay.
Anyway, ever since I got into film class, I've been very technical with film editing and whatnot.
Right.
And I have a crappy laptop, so I have to bypass a couple of, I want to say, obstacles. One time I was uploading a final project for a film festival, and it was due the very next day, and I had rendering problems, so I stayed up literally till the next day. I even skipped freaking school to fix the rendering issue, and I got it all on time.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, well done. Congratulations. Awesome. Did they like it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And real quickly, the Artificial Dragon channel is actually not my first ever YouTube channel.
Oh,
I had a
here comes
YouTube
the secrets.
I had a YouTube channel called The Dark Virus Studios that I upload most of my film projects to.
How'd you come about the Dark Virus Studios?
This is a story all on its own. I was really into Halo Reach at the time, especially with its multiplayer, and I founded a clan called The Dark Virus.
Ah, okay.
And
so that was just randomly plucked out from the air, or?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And one of the projects that I was really proud of is a Star Wars fan film. I remember showing it to Gavin.
I remember seeing it. It's pretty good, actually.
Okay.
The cinematic wise, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys were kind of quiet when you were talking, though, so yeah.
I mean, we basically had a camera, put it on a tripod in the background, hit record, get into position, and obviously we didn't have any microphones or anything to pick up our voice 6-7 feet away. So yeah.
Okay. So it was like a silent movie?
Yeah, kind of.
So it's more action.
I also had another YouTube channel before this one.
Yes, you did.
As far as what the name was, though, you guys don't need to fucking worry about it. Because I was a little bit younger. Not like
Gavin.
Come on, Gavin, tell us.
I wasn't like,
Gavin.
Tell us, come on.
You showed it to me once.
I showed it to you once.
Come on.
And if you remember the name, that's your fault. But I remember the only thing that I ever did that was long in there was a Last of Us playthrough. Last of Us Remastered.
Yeah.
I got 65 episodes on it. It was my most viewed thing. And then everything after that just kind of dropped.
Why?
Fuck if I know.
I think
is it because you stopped playing it?
Well, no, because I finished Last of Us. And I finished
So you didn't go on to another game to keep your fan base?
I did go on to another game. But I fucking wasn't what they wanted, apparently.
What did you do? After Last of Us?
After Last of Us? Oh, fuck. What did I do? You're asking me where a long time ago. Alright,
so while Gavin's trying to think about that, I just got to talk a little about what's happening to me. I've been... I started live streaming, and I've been doing it for 3 weeks now. Something like that.
Yeah.
And you guys are my followers because I begged on my knees to follow me. I absolutely love playing games. And it came about that my wife was like, you should live stream, because our youngest daughter used to do it.
Yeah.
And I never really had any idea. I mean, this is kind of how basic I am. I didn't even think about being able that I would be able to live stream, because it's this technical shit that goes on. You're broadcasting a game and you're chatting to people. And I have had people in my stream that turn around and say, I'd like to live stream, but I'm a little bit afraid and stuff. And then Gavin said that as well, because, he says that you have to be, what's up, folks? And,
I never said you have to be ninja hyperactive, because I'm sure he does coke before he starts streaming.
Probably.
I think the word you're looking for is bombastic.
But, what he said to me was that they're kind of lively, and I'm like, dude, and then I showed him my stream, and I was like, I'm just being myself, and that's what you do. You be yourself, and I've been doing it for 3 weeks, and I got 38 followers now.
Nice. This
is fantastic, and this comes from a game that I recently purchased, which I'm going to talk about as well.
True.
But when I first started live stream, I made a big mistake. I was like, Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not even thinking about saturation or anything like that. And I'm playing it, and I'm getting no looks. I'm getting kind of discouraged, and then I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm just going to play the game. Just play it. And then my brother joined me. We had a few people watching us, which was a lot of fun. And then I realized, I did a little bit of research. And this goes on to the next subject of mine that I would like to talk about. It's only brief, but I'd like to talk about it. And I did a bit of research to find out what games were being played, but there wasn't that many people that were streaming it,
Yeah.
And Truck Driver was one of them. And I was like, okay, there's 4 people doing Truck Driver. There's 4 people streaming it. One of them's Belgium.
Yep.
One of them's German. And 2 of them are English.
Interesting.
So I went onto the English ones because I don't speak German or Belgian.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they might not be talking at all. And so I went on to the English, one of the English ones, and he wasn't talking. There was no camera. Now, I found that having a camera on you, and I know that you don't like cameras.
No, he does not.
Gavin doesn't like cameras. Sorry, I'm pointing. That makes good TV, but we're not on TV. So having a camera so that they can see who you are, and also they can see the expression on your face while you're playing a game.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing it for a first playthrough, or you're playing Dead Space or something, and you get a jump scare, it's kind of entertaining for everybody. And then I turned around to a couple of people who were on my stream that I said, look. All you got to do, and I just read an article about it, all you just got to do is narrate what you're doing. So like, okay, guys, we're going to be going around this corner here. We're going full throttle at the moment because we're on this really crappy delivery that has X amount of time to do it. And this kind of leads into the next subject as well. And you're sort of talking to yourself. But in fact, you're not talking to yourself. You're talking to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Mm-hmm. They're going to come into your stream at some point, just a quick look. And if they see you talking, they're going to listen to what you're saying, especially if they understand the language you're saying. And then they go lurk. And that's cool. They can lurk. And a lot of people do like to lurk and not say anything at all. There was one guy that lurked on my channel for a couple of days. And I was explaining to the guy about streaming that there are various different people that do the live stream, and I do it on. I used to start it on YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel as well, but it is Sin Trophy Hunter. I don't have an alias. That's my first. So yeah, I'm kind of out. Odd one out on YouTube on that. But I was explaining to him that there's these viewers, there's viewers that are on chat and chatting to you and stuff like that, or there's viewers that watch, which are lurkers. And I said, no disrespect for the people that sit in the background there, but lurkers are fine. If they're going to stay on your channel and watch your channel, you're still doing something right. They might just not want to chat to you because they don't like doing that, or something like that, or they don't know what to say. And then maybe a couple of minutes afterwards, I had somebody come on my chat and said something like "too right" or something like that, or well said, something like that. I can't remember where it was now, but he was a lurker, and I actually brought him out into the chat, and he chats to us now. So that's really cool. So I love streaming because you get to chat to the people that you're doing it for, and it's one of those extra things you can do while playing games. Yeah. And, I play games a hell of a lot. Trophy hunting. And now I've been in competitions and I kind of got knocked out of that one. But I love statistics like my world ranks and stuff like that. And my current world rank. I want to be... My ambition in this whole gaming...
To be number one.
No. So I am never, ever going to steal the crown. And a lot of people will argue who's number one, if it's Rough Dog or if it's Hakum.
Because one of them cheats, right?
Apparently. In my eyes, Hakum is the number one guy. I mean, he has held Guinness Book of Records for 5 things. Being number one trophy hunter for X amount of years, how many platinums he has, how many games he has, that kind of thing, So, no, I have a little bit more of a realistic one than number one.
Yeah.
I keep knocking out my thing here. I'm trying to get my statistics up. So I want to be the top 1,000.
It's fair.
Yeah.
See, that is doable because I'm like knocking on for 50. There's no way I've got enough years to catch up with Hakum being number one. I mean, he's like miles ahead. Started like when he was playing PlayStation before trophies were out. I was trophy hunting maybe a year ago. I've been playing PlayStation games for trophies for like, I don't know, maybe 4 years, something like that. But when I really turned serious to go to the points and stuff, I started that about a year ago, and that's when I started Sin Trophy Hunter. I did have perfect_sim, which was my 100% profile. That game, that profile had to have every single game 100% finished. I had to do a lot of research on it. It became very stressful and crap. And that goes back to the subject of season passes that we were talking about. I was going to play Batman Arkham Knight. And
that's a very good game.
Right?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's going to go on the profile next. That's because it was one of those things that you have a hard time deciding what to play next. Like you said you had. And so I did a little bit of research, and I'm glad I did, because on the pre-order, you get the Scarecrow story, which has trophies.
Yep.
On the season pass, which I really highly disagree with this, but then again, it sounds fair because it's a pre-order thing.
Yeah.
It's not in the season pass. So if you don't have the code, you can't 100% it. Well, unfortunately, I have quite a few nice friends at GameStop who gave me several copies of the code, and one of them worked.
Can you hook me up with that?
I don't think they're anything. So my current world rank, and there's like 3 million or something like that.
It's gotta be more than that.
The PlayStation.
Higher or lower number?
I'm talking about a higher number.
So I am currently 76,330 in the world. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's really good.
In the country, in the US, I am 20,977.
20,000. Wow.
Yep. I just get the page up on how many there are. There's like 23,211 pages, and there's 50 people to each page.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So the lowest ranking person here is like, in the world, it's 3,571,589. Okay. And he's in the United States. So there's 1,160,501 players in the United States, and he's right rock bottom.
Wow.
So my world rank to the 3 million is like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like in the 3 digits, or the 4 digits, and in the country, in the United States, because this player's in the United States, me being like in the 20,000s out of 1,160,000 is kind of whoa as well. So I like those kind of statistics, and that's why I became a trophy hunter. But I took it to another level and did the streaming and stuff, and I love it. And like I say, I used to start with live stream on YouTube. But the other thing I want to talk about quickly is Truck Driver. Now this is the game that gave me almost all of my followers. They love the shit out of this game. And the most common question I get is this like Euro Truck 2?
That's what I asked you.
Right? So many people asked me about it. They asked me if it's like Euro Truck 2. Is it multiplayer? No, it's not. Truck Driver. When I first started playing it, I thought it was the shit. And if you'd have asked me what rating I would have given it, I would have said 5 out of 5. Okay. And I'm only finished in the first story. You got 6 people that you do jobs for, and they have like 4 or 6 story jobs to do before you finish their story. Well, when I got to David Sung, which is story 4, I think, so you're close to the end. So there's 6 people that you got to do, and he was the 4th. It was really unrealistic because the timing you had to make the missions in was just like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you got to go straight across the map with an Arctic or semi and try and deliver this thing. It was just rubbish. And when I first started playing the game, I played it like a simulator. I was loving it. I was looking at all the stuff that was around, you know, the lighting that dances around the cab as you go driving through the night, and you're going underneath street lamps and it kind of flashes like it does. It did that. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. So I was getting really, really lost in how it looked. It looked fantastic.
I feel like there's a butt coming.
Really?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You think?
It just feels like there's a but.
Well, there is good news to the but.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there is good news to the but.
There's 2 buts.
There is.
Fair enough.
So I got mesmerized by the look of it and everything, and I was driving it in the cab. Now, simulator games or anything like that, like F1 or something like that, I always like to drive outside the car or the truck or anything like that because I want to see the truck and I want to see the road. I want to see everything, not the interior of the cab.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of limited on it. Is that chair getting a bit uncomfortable?
No, I'm just trying to pop my back.
It is kind of hard.
I'm
okay.
comfortable. I'm just trying to pop my back.
Okay. So, yeah, I was driving it like a simulator. And I was having a whale of time use the indicators. Now, there's some simulators that you can't even use indicators, but this had a button for indicators. It was like, cool. It doesn't use wipers, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer.
It is, because it rains in the game now, so, it just rains. And it rains in your cab, so that's kind of a bug. Unless you left the skylight open in the cab. And eventually, getting into it, and I'm so enjoying this game because the simulator is playing so well, looks fantastic. Get to David Sung, and you're now driving like you do in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, you're running cars off the road. There's going to be a highlight on my Twitch.
Yep.
When I finished editing the video, is that I flipped the truck over because I was in such a rush.
Oh, I never
did.
stayed around for that.
No, I flipped the truck over because I was telling the guys that I actually flipped the truck over once.
Damn.
And then sure as shit, like 10 minutes later, I've managed to do it because I'm in a rush for David Sung. So I'm not driving it like a simulator anymore. In fact, I don't care about the game anymore, which really, 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 really sucked. And it's not just me. It's everybody else who's got it. Because, one of the main questions I get from new people on my stream is, so what's your real opinion on this game? Well, I hadn't got there. I hadn't got to David Sung. So I was singing his praises and stuff like that. And they're following me because now they're watching the disaster. So this game done by Sodesco and Triangle Studios is fantastic. Okay, it is a jewel in the rough. And now it's been handed over to Cuckoo, which is a Brazilian company. So Triangle Studios kind of made the mess and handed it over to somebody to try and get it fixed. And Koku have just taken over it. So I'm a little bit on the fence with it, thinking that, okay, well, why did it get changed to different hands like a week after it got released? That kind of doesn't say very much for the game. Yeah, it's like, holy shit. I kind of had the Disney and LucasArts thing. Where LucasArts was sold to Disney, and it's like, oh god, right? And so we're really having a lot of hopes with Koku at the moment. I mean, they're really, really excited. I saw them on YouTube, just doing a short presentation of who they are, and that they're taking over Truck Driver. They're really excited. So the boss is young, the team is young, so it might be there. It might be there. So this game is going to be a phenomenon if they listen to us on what needs doing. Not bring out DLC. Not bring out extra trucks. Not bring out fangy dangle stuff that you can put on your trucks that you have to unlock with the missions.
That sounds familiar.
First of all, let's fix the realistic timing on David Sung, because once you finish the story, you can do the miscellaneous stuff, which is also timed. And guess what? You can drive it simulator style because it's realistic timing, which doesn't make any sense. So I think there's probably a programming area or coding error in the time that they put for the story, as opposed to the one where you did miscellaneous stuff for XP and that.
Yeah.
But there is good news on this, and there's a lot of bugs. One of them is, and it's kind of funny, I pull over to the side and I'm driving a certain truck called the Quest. And it wasn't until I was like backing onto a trailer using the mirrors inside the cab. Usually I'd be outside and I see the full view and kind of cheat. But this game made me want to drive it like it should have been driven and play it like it should have been played. And I'm looking in this left-hand mirror and I'm like, why can't I back this fucking truck up on a trailer? Because I did it easy with the Emotion, which is the first starter truck you get. And that's why I kind of got viewers straight away, was because I was actually playing it real and I was actually pretty skillful with the mirrors and stuff. Then I get to the quest and I can't back this thing up for love nor money. Well, the problem is the image you get in this is the same image you get in this. So you got the truck on the outside of the mirror, and then you got all the outside space, which you should see in your right-hand mirror. So the image is the same image, but on two different mirrors. So it's so fucked up. And that's one of the other bugs. The other thing, and the biggest thing that's stopping everybody getting the platinum, apart from David Sung's missions, is that it has a bug with the skill progression. And that's like with deliveries and stuff like that. So you can do cargo deliveries of refrigerated or ADR, that kind of thing. And the more trailers you deliver, the more it scales up. So there's a big problem with the container side of it, and everybody's got to that point where they're stuck on the containers. It'll count up in a story, and then when you get to miscellaneous, nothing happens. You got a count of maybe 3 that you need to get out of 10. So you're still trying to grind away at it. That is the main bug we want fixed. But it was announced by a YouTuber that I follow, Game Tech UK. Nice guy, does a lot of driving simulator stuff on YouTube, and he's currently working on Bus Simulator at the moment.
Huh.
Yeah.
That would be a joy to play.
It's kind of funny because he was saying that
driving during the day, he just can't get enough.
no, that's what I tell people, because they're saying to me on my stream. So I'm like, okay, guys, what would you like to see me to do next after this? And they're like, Bus Simulator. And I'm like, are you for real? I play that game every single day. I'm a bus driver. It's like, oh, that's funny.
You can't get away from your old job.
No. So yeah, I watched Game Tech UK's video today, actually, even though it was I think it was yesterday, that Koku are actually coming out with a patch very, very shortly in the next couple of weeks, because it does take a little while for it to be authorized by Sony. But Koku are coming out with a patch, and it is going to be with the mirrors. It is going to be with the traffic lights, because the traffic lights kind of change green, then red before you know it. It's like a train coming down 66, and a few other things, but it's not fixing the container. Not yet. The container has been announced the skill tree progression has been announced in the second patch. So I'm a little bit upset that it's not coming in the first, because that's like priority and stopping everybody from platting it. Yeah. But I guess it's a clever ploy for them to keep people in the game. Mm-hmm. They've already bought it, so if you burn it, they're not going to lose anything, because they've already got your money. Mm-hmm. So I'm really, really hopeful on this, because I think that the map will be expanded once they fix everything and they've chipped away all the crap stuff around this diamond. Then they can expand on the maps, they can expand on the trucks and everything like that, and it will be a fantastic game. It is the only game that is like Euro Truck on the PS4. Yeah. So it does have a niche right away. Don't waste it like the Star Wars films. Like, it's like Force Awakens. Okay, so it's Force Awakens right now.
It always comes back to Star Wars.
Yeah, it does. But it's like Force Awakens right now. It's like it sets up everything good. It sets up a story to be very, very good. And Last Jedi completely missed everything that was set up and squandered it and just threw in some sort of bullshit. And I really don't. Yeah, the character Rose, don't want her as a truck driver. Yeah.
Don't want her as anybody I know.
No, probably not. And she'd be very sad to hear that.
I don't care.
She's probably listening.
That's okay. Fuck you. Should let Finn die.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
So yeah, I really hope that Koku actually take. Yeah, I was going to use that for this to stick it down on the table. Pardon me. I hope that Koku actually listen to what is needed first instead of putting out all this Flash stuff. Yeah, we don't need the Flash stuff. That's going to keep us happy once you got the game fixed. It's a shame that Triangle Studios handed it over in the current state it was. I mean, no one would know that it's a disaster until you got halfway through the game, or even 3/4 of the way through the game, because you're close to the end. So I'm extremely, extremely hopeful for that. And that kind of goes back to the subject that we used to, that we had at the beginning with games coming out that were kind of unfinished or, patched up as we beta test them as consumers and shit like that. And enough is enough. We don't need that shit.
Yeah.
We really don't. And I'm guessing you haven't played Truck Driver.
Mm-mm.
No, he has not.
I have Euro Truck.
Right. And Euro Truck's badass.
Oh yeah, Euro Truck's great. A lot of flashy stuff though.
Yeah.
But the game works. Everything. There's bugs here and there. Of course, every game's gonna have bugs sometimes.
Right. Absolutely.
But it's not Breakpoint, so there's.
Oh dear.
I don't know if you can tell. I'm really disappointed in that game. I've referenced that several times now.
Yeah. Sean has Star Wars, and yours is Breakpoint.
I'm absolutely shocked that it did that badly. I mean, the Lil Wayne video would sell loads of copies straight away.
Yeah, and I bought it because John Bernthal is the main villain. Shane from The Walking Dead, The Punisher, however you want to know him.
Yeah.
And he's cool. I love him as an actor. He's great. And I was excited for that, but the gameplay and the driving and the fucking gunplay is all just... It feels like they tried to cram too much shit into the game, and so the game runs like it feels like it runs sluggish,
Right.
And they tried to optimize it for
too much in there for its coat.
Yeah. And it feels like they said that they tried to optimize player movement to feel more realistic. Well, we didn't want realistic. And the way they implement it fucking sucks. You press circle to crouch, your guy takes 10 fucking years to crouch.
Oh.
And whereas in Wildlands you crouch immediately as you hit the button.
Yeah.
Breakpoint, you hit crouch, your guy kind of adjusts.
Double tap and you dive on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where in Breakpoint you do that, your guy adjusts for a second and then slowly kneels down. And then when you move, in Wildlands you could do a fucking circle like that. Breakpoint, your guy just kind of stops, turn. And it's fucking annoying.
Well, try and do it in real life. You probably would be stop turning, otherwise you grind your knee away.
I mean, yeah, but who cares about their knees?
But it is realistic. That's what they were aiming for. That's what you got.
Yeah, but nobody's happy about it.
Well, no, because now you're not used to. You've been playing games that aren't overly realistic in movement and diving, and you got the kind of peeking thing going on in games now, like Siege.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people peeking, and they're playing just by peeking. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got those features are coming in games a lot more often.
But and here's the thing: obviously, Breakpoint is a sequel to Wildlands.
Yeah.
Wildlands and Breakpoint are two very different games now.
Yeah.
They changed so much stuff from Wildlands that people liked.
So it doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel
sequel.
like Wildlands did anymore. Like, I get it, you want to make it better, but they didn't make it better. They backtracked on it, which is like, fucking what? And my favorite Ghost Recon ever was probably Future Soldier.
Yes, good game.
I loved that Ghost Recon, and then Wildlands came out. I'm like, different, but okay, and it was one of those games. Shit on release, boring. And then, they updated it. It was good.
Yep.
Wildlands is pretty good now.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to be the case with Breakpoint. I really don't. I think Breakpoint is doomed. I think that's going to be the last one in the Nomad series.
Hey, Gavin, I guess it's the breaking point.
Oh. Yay.
The first ever pun on this podcast.
Oh, dear. Gavin's shooting himself.
Gavin just wants to commit
his
suicide.
His imaginary loot crate gun.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're getting secret...
New rule for the podcast, no puns.
Secret messages are being passed around.
It just says no puns.
I wasn't aware this was elementary school, Gavin.
Fuck you.
It's a podcast.
Well, Sean was talking about Truck Driver.
Yeah.
There's this other game that I have been playing a lot recently, and that is Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh, you love that game, and you've tried to get me to
game.
get it. I looked at it. It was in GameStop, and I was so tempted, and I actually instantly thought of you.
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it?
I didn't like it.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Which
is weird. I love tycoon games, Roller Coaster Simulator.
I
love that game.
No, the management games are great.
Management games are great. I just didn't like Jurassic World for some reason, dude. To be fair, I couldn't get past the tutorial.
No, you could not.
I don't know what was about it. I just
You are such a dumb idiot.
I ran out of money in the tutorial.
How?
I don't know, because they give you a pretty
gosh.
large amount. And they're like, do this, this, and that. And I somehow fucked that up.
How?
They couldn't have made it any simpler for me, and I still fucked it up.
I'm
bad at video games.
The first time I ever played a Jurassic World Evolution, it was for a recording with a friend. And, he was screwing around and whatnot. Changing the landscape because apparently the littlest details amaze him.
Yeah.
And we still got past the tutorial level.
Well, you see, that goes back to the truck driver thing. I was so enamored by the water, the sun coming down and the reflection across the truck, and I'm like, wow, look at this! And you get the little tree that's like shimmering around in Jurassic Park or something like that. It's like all these little details and stuff.
Yeah, and
those are what please us.
But see, tutorials in management games really upset me.
Of course.
Because they take so long to get past, and it's like...
get to the point.
Yeah. I just want to fucking hop in a game and play it. And I found out you don't even unlock free play in Jurassic Park until a couple parks in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, every other Tycoon game I played, it's like, do you want to do the story mode? Do you want to do sandbox mode? And I'll do sandbox because I suck. So I want to make the thing that I want it to look like, and then I'm done.
So you're like Minecraft, you want to go into create, or do you want to go in story?
I do survival in Minecraft. Personally, I do survival. But like in Tropico, I make like dictatorship cities.
Of course.
Really quickly because unlimited money. And then I'll bomb it with asteroids. Same with SimCity.
So you really don't like those
I'm a completely different individual. And
I'll do the story mode. It's just... I didn't like Jurassic Park story mode.
You just like killing people.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, but no. Yes and no. Like, I mean, I like management games, and I like doing them legitimately, too. But, I'm always going to want to pop into free play. But, I mean, for an unpassable tutorial, in terms of me personally, I'd turn me off of the game. It's just sitting in my... I actually have under 2 hours on that game.
So you don't fancy revisiting the tutorial and trying to actually soak in what it was telling you? You have no...
I did. I went back the next day.
Oh, you see?
And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try and do this slow. And I did everything that fucking... I always said Steve Buscemi. That's not his name. The guy that plays... who the fuck gives you the tutorial? I forget his name. I did everything he said, and I still failed it somehow.
How?
I killed the dinosaur. I don't know how. I starved it to death. And it eats plants. And it was in a fucking habitat with plants everywhere. And I still starved it.
You needed a herbivore feeder. Anyway.
They have trees. Eat the fucking leaves.
Anyway.
That's what you do real. Go on, Isaac.
I guess for me, the last time I checked, I grinded 264 hours on Jurassic World alone.
You live in that place, though.
Yes.
You really do.
I mean, in comparison to you guys, I'm the dinosaur geek here. Like, even the most mundane of dinosaurs, like a Strepiomimus, that's literally the first ever dinosaur you cloned in that game. I'm just amazed. Like, I click on it, I'm like, how are you doing today, Strepiomimus? Just drinking that water there? Yeah, that's good.
I'm personally very fond of the dinosaur known
It's
as
your pet.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm personally fond of the dinosaur known as Licholotopus.
Not made up name.
No.
Licholotopus.
Licholotopus.
It was
Gavin.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a real dinosaur.
No, Licholotopus. Yeah.
Because I legitimately heard of that name somewhere before. But anyway.
It's because somebody at work told you the joke and you didn't get it.
And I completely got it.
I know. I heard you laugh and I didn't hear him laugh.
And my God, Licholotopus. Jesus.
Anyway.
I got a joke for you. What do you call a deer with no legs? No eyes, sorry.
No eyes?
Yeah.
No eyes.
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
Ooh.
No idea. All right. So what do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs?
What?
Still no idea. All right, that's it. Crap joke corner done. So that joke.
There's a new segment on the podcast now. Sean's crap joke corner.
Yeah, crap joke. Crap joke corner.
No.
ASMR
Sean's
now,
got his
too.
own thing. He's got the crap jokes. I got the puns, and you
got the corner.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Carry on, Isaac.
I It was a lot of fun for me. I mean, I guess I'm a very simple man. I love making parks with dinosaurs. And it's gotten really good because the game has released a couple of DLCs, like, several times in a row. Like, first there was the Dr. Wu DLC, where it adds 3 new hybrid dinosaurs aside from the Indominus Rex and Indoraptor from movies. And it's got other DLCs like the Cretaceous DLC, the Triassic DLC, the Herbivore DLC. I'll take back the Triassic one. That's not out yet. And the Herbivore DLC. And being the dinosaur geek, I'm just geeking out over the new dinosaurs that they add to the game. Like, oh my god!
You see, it really doesn't matter what makes you happy about it. It's the game is doing exactly its job. It's making you care for the game. It's making you care that you love this game, and it's quite cool when you find a title that you're not aware of. So here's one of them that I avoided like the plague forever. Okay.
Yeah.
It was just a pretty plain picture on the front of the case.
Yeah.
Of a soldier with a little bit of background in there called Mass Effect.
Yeah, that is true.
All right. The game cover doesn't do the game any justice.
Well, the Mass Effect 1's cover?
The first
one.
It
had a picture of Saren in the background, did it not? Or is that the original?
The original one was the soldier and kind of a flash in the back of red type thing, and then Mass Effect across the top.
I was going to say, because Saren now, it's like Shepard and his companions and
Saren's
in the background. It's like a Star Wars cover almost.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah.
No, that cover just did not make me. And then I looked on the back, and it's kind of a basic game, and I was like, yeah. And I put it back on the shelf several years.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Oh yeah, I know why. When I first bought the PC I have now, it came with Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Because it was the game to test the processor at the time. You know, because there's a lot of loading and everything like that. And Gavin's admiring the PS3 collection there.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You have the box
Yeah, no, I had the box set, so it doesn't have the original art on it. I do have it for the
fine.
PC, but the PC
Mass
copy
Effect.
is somewhere.
10 out of 10.
And so, you know, eventually, because it came free, and it was the first game I had and the only game I had for this PC over here, I put it in. And I was blown away by its simplicity, but the gameplay, and like you with your Jurassic Park game, the gameplay, the aesthetics, truck driver, aesthetics, not so much gameplay. It's doing the job. It's doing the job, and it's probably not the job like we're wanting to play a game. It's just that, you know, when you get into it, and it's like, wow, actually, this is damn cool.
Yeah.
You know, I never would have thought about buying this or playing this. And being a trophy hunter, there are a lot of games out there that I would never have dreamed of touching with a barge pole. But now I got trophies and I'm after points and shit, I'll play anything. Broken games or whatever. So it kind of opened my eyes up to various different games, and it's like, wow, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah. Gavin, on the other hand.
Just saying. Gavin, on the other hand, what?
You couldn't even get past the tutorial level.
We're past that. Let me talk about it more. I told you that in confidence.
That is true. Anyway.
Yeah, in front of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of...
it's only on the internet. It won't be around forever.
Anyway, as much as we would like to talk some more, we're kind of over our limit right now. Originally it was going to be an hour, but now it's almost 2 hours at this point.
I thought it was originally going to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we were like maybe 40 minutes each type thing, and then round table kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it went really, 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 really well.
Yeah,
it really did go.
And I loved your articles, Gavin. Your articles and reading from the articles and actually quoting and stuff.
And there's actually some left over, so we can get to the next ones.
That's cool.
It might be a little out of date by that point, but, you know, some of them are still interesting to talk about. I'm sure there'll be more on the Activision Blizzard stuff next time.
It says rubbing his hands together.
I love that.
But it can also, you know, you can bring that content up onto something else that's now kind of recent at the time. Next time we do another show. I'm sure we are going to do another show. This is, you know, it was going to be the pilot just to see how it went. And I think it went fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And I suppose this is the part where we clock out of our shift.
All right. So the best thing probably to do is if people are listening to us and stuff, that you are kind of tell people where you can be reached if you want to get reached, like on Twitter or anything like that. For me, I can be reached on Twitter at Sin Trophy Hunter, SINN, capital T, capital H, capital S. So Sin Trophy Hunter on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and I even have a Sin Trophy Hunter Facebook page. So anybody who wants to come along and just say hello, or join the pages, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Can't say it. Feel free.
And as for me, you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and
That was my knee that just popped.
Jesus, Gavin.
You tried to pop your back earlier.
No,
on.
I wasn't trying to pop my back. I was just fucking spinning.
No, but you were popping your back in the
Oh,
chair.
yeah. I was trying to do that earlier, but my knee just popped really loud.
And then
Sorry.
Bodily functions aside.
I didn't mean to.
The next time you get Isaac's chair and Isaac gets
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll switch it out.
I'm keeping mine.
2 hours is my limit for sitting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you can reach out to me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and even Twitch. I'm not that active right now, but hopefully I'll be sometime soon. And it's all the same. Artificial Dragon, one word, capital A for artificial and capital D for drag.
Did you plug your Instagram?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot my Instagram as well.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as well, but I hardly use it.
Well, at least you threw that out at the last.
Well, I kind of used it because it would post everything to the links of when I'm streaming, and I stream virtually every single day apart from today, and it will probably be out like every Friday if we do podcasts on Friday.
Yeah.
I just don't have time to do the podcast and stream at the same time. Yeah,
Fair
it's
enough.
just not.
And for you, Mr. Gavin?
Where can you be reached apart
Not
from?
a lot of places.
Uh-oh.
YouTube, it's Gavin Plays. There's a lot of those channels that I did not know about before I made that name.
You should probably rebrand yourself.
Shut up. You know what? No. On Instagram, at I think it's Gavin Plays Games 1.
Kind of a variety there.
Kind of, yeah. And then on Twitch as well. I did make a Twitch channel. I can't say that I'm going to do anything with it soon anyways, because I don't live in an environment where streaming is really plausible at the moment. I can tell you more about that later.
All right.
And it's just, I think it's Gavin Plays Again. not again.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Gavin
Gavin plays again.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna really try and start recording PC games again.
So you have the Elgato card?
No, on PC you just use OBS.
Yeah, he uses OBS.
Oh, okay. OBS does the recording so you can stream straight to OBS then from PC.
Straight, you can stream OBS to Twitch. Yeah.
I'm gonna hook up a secret camera next podcast.
But yeah, I'll probably
and we're gonna live stream the podcast.
I feel like here I'd be okay with video here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not the center of attention at that point. There's two other people here.
Fair enough.
Fuck, try and get some of these in frame, dude. Like,
we have to turn. You guys.
We'll have to use multiple cameras at the same time. But anyway,
I think it'd be a good background.
Yeah. Apart from the green screen, we could actually use the green screen pretty cleverly.
Yeah.
But
and
anyway.
then I am gonna try and start the series that I want to try and start recording first is the Black Mesa, like I said earlier. Because Half-Life, like I said, is my most favorite game series. Just barely ahead of Kingdom Hearts, but it's there. So I want to try and do Black Mesa, Half-Life 2, all the episodes in order, and then just see how that goes.
All right, and just before we go, is there going to be like a game that you're going to be working on, Isaac, or are you going to be stuck in
Jurassic World?
Jurassic World. No, you got.
That's his limbo.
Well, I do have a couple of games planned for the future. God, there's some recordings I still need to edit and upload to my channel, but hopefully I'll get around to those sometime soon. And there are some games that caught my eye, but I'll talk about them later in the next episode. But anyway, this is the moment where we clock out of our shift. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of a Variety Shift podcast.
And we have some sort of closeout type thing. I don't know if Gavin actually has a closeout.
Like at the end of videos?
Yeah.
Dude, my videos just fucking end.
Go on, Isaac. I mean,
Anyway.
you do have one, so go
Actually,
right ahead.
really quick.
Even though it's more visible.
I really liked that clocking out thing.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
good.
Variety. I actually
It's
really
a
did
shift.
like that. That was good.
This is shit.
Yeah, that's
I really like that. That was good.
So
that
close
was
out.
a nice little clothesline.
Go out with your normal.
This is time for us to clock out of our shift. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening wherever you live in the world, and hope we see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.
Are you gonna be flying with me, dragon? Come on, that's your closeout, dude.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
You've
I
never
don't-
watched any of my videos, have you?
I do, just not recently.
Okay.
Go on, close out properly, Isaac. It's
Okay.
your signature. I have
Okay.
one as well.
Okay.
It's very
And as
unusual.
always, fly with us, fellow dragons.
There you go.
Till
That's
next time.
what we want. Mine is. Thank you very much, folks, for joining us. This is Sin Trophy Hunter. Peace.
And then I'll do mine. It's just.
Nice.
It's just you're
I'm just done.
clasping
I'm just
your
done.
arms.
It's just
Folding arms. That's
it's just
it.
silence and my video ends.
Okay.
You know.
Anyway, time to clock out of this shift. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.